Assiniboine Downs is proud to present our featured field here in race number 3. It's the 30th running of the Frank Arneson Sire Stakes. They're going to go 6 furlongs for a purse of $25,000. Number 1 is Little Bit of Pepper, owned by High Road Stable, trained by Martin Buffalo with Caleb Pizarro. Number 2 is Davy, owned by Jerry Lambert and Lynn Matthews, trained by Shelley Brown with Ronaldo Cumberbatch. Number 3 is Paint My Ride, owned by Barry Arneson, True North, and Don Schnell, trained by Don Schnell with Antonio Whitehall. Number 4 is Outlandos, owned by Barry Arneson, True North, and Don Schnell, trained by Don Schnell with Chavi and Chow. Rounding out our featured field is number 5, Jack's on a Quest, owned by Larry Falloon and Elton Dickey, trained by Elton Dickey with Christopher Husbands. Following the running of the Frank Arneson Sire Stakes, the Arneson family will make a presentation to the winning connections. They're at the post. And they're off in the Frank Arneson Sire Stakes. Quickly from the middle of the track, Paint My Ride. Straight out to secure the early lead. On the outside, Outlandos is away well. On the rail, Little Bit of Pepper. Jack's on a Quest. 3 wide on the outside, and the trailer, Davy, has about 5 to make up. 23-3 the opening quarter, and Paint My Ride still has a secure 2-length advantage. Little Bit of Pepper hugging the rail in second. Outlandos back to third. Jack's on a Quest, and Davy can still see them all. Paint My Ride cuts the half in 46-4. Little Bit of Pepper within 2 lengths at the head of the lane, and there's way back to the rest, but Paint My Ride responds down the lane and keeps the advantage. Little Bit of Pepper trying to make up ground, but it's going to be too little too late. Paint My Ride is going to get it done in the Frank Arneson Sire Stakes. Second to Little Bit of Pepper, and third to Outlandos. Now entering the winner's enclosure is the official winner of the Frank Arneson Sire Stakes. That's number 3, Paint My Ride. Paint My Ride is a chestnut gelding, 3 years old, by Going Commando, out of the mare High Pioneer by Pioneering, owned by Barry Arneson, True North, and Don Schnell, trained by Don Schnell, and ridden to victory by Antonio Whitehall. Time for the 6 furlongs, 1:13. Number 3, Paint My Ride, was proudly bred right here in Manitoba by Colin Lansbury. Also, congratulations goes out to trainer Don Schnell and jockey Antonio Whitehall, who team up for the double. 2 wins for trainer Don Schnell and jockey Antonio Whitehall. Assiniboine Downs is pleased to have on hand the Arneson family. And now directing your attention back down to the winner's enclosure, ASD Paddock host Rob McLennan has the winning connections of the Frank Arneson Sire Stakes. Rob, take it away.
Thanks, Kurt. We're down here with the winning connections of the 30th running of the Frank Arneson Sire Stakes. Antonio Whitehall, Don Schnell, Barry Arneson, True North, and team with Paint My Ride, your champion 2-year-old in Manitoba last year, right back on top in the Arneson. Kind of an interesting race there, Antonio. You broke on top and really didn't have a lot of pressure down the backside, but he was definitely extended down the lane. Talk a little bit about your ride.
Well, everything went as planned. Well, we were pretty confident coming into the race, and everything just turned out good. Turning for home, I had a ton of horse, and he's just amazing, and he ran good.
He really did run a good race. We saw you kind of the 8th pole, peeking around. A little bit of pepper was kind of there, but he was definitely fully extended to be there. Did you feel you really had pepper put away kind of by the 8th pole?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't threatened by any of the horses in the race.
That's definitely a good feeling to have. Anything else to add here other than just a very happy victory here on Paint My Ride?
I just want to thank the winning connection and my agent, Kurt.
Thanks, Antonio. We're going to move on to Don here. Congratulations. This is another one of your nice Manitoba breds, a flashy son of Going Commando. Dashed out to the early lead. What did you kind of think going into today?
Well, he didn't set up exactly like I thought. I thought maybe a little bit of pepper would be in front of us, but he broke so good, and Antonio did the right thing by, keeping him there. And down the lane, he said he still had a ton of horse. So we love that little horse. He's a good horse.
Having a ton down the lane is always one of those great things you hear because we're always going to talk about 2 turns. And he won the Buffalo last year, so that's probably not as much of a concern as you would be if you hadn't have done that. But talk about kind of what's going to be the next step here with Paint My Ride.
Well, we'll sit down with Barry and True North and decide, where our next spot is. We were fully concentrated on this one. We prepared him for this one, and thank goodness we lucked out and won it.
Yeah, it really turned out to be a good prep in the stake against the open horses. He ran a credible race against some tough horses off the layoff. Talk about kind of how the prep really set him up for this.
Yeah, the prep was a tough race, and we were racing against, horses that had run before down south, and you can only get them ready so much in Winnipeg and in the spring, and he really tried in that race. He ran hard, got a lot out of it, and our plan worked. We needed to get that race into him so we could win this one.
It's always nice when a plan comes together. Congratulations, Don. Anything else to add here?
No, just like to thank Barry and the True North guys. They're a great bunch of guys, and they give me these good horses to train, and it's fun.
It definitely is a lot of fun with Paint My Ride. Congratulations, Don. We're going to move on to Barry here. Talk a little bit about Paint My Ride, a colt you bought at the sale, a horse that you guys have kind of had experience with the family, though, with Jed again and through the mare side. So it's kind of an interesting horse, a horse that's probably close to home for you, and really a flashy, nice 3-year-old.
He's beautiful. Like, we had Jed again, and we had the mare. We actually gave it away and had to buy it back. It was one of those deals, but did a good job, and we picked him up, and he's just beautiful. And he's much like Jed again. He was a good 2-year-old, but he blossomed as a 3-year-old, just like Escape Clause, and Don's got him firing in all cylinders and getting ready, because obviously this race means a lot to me. It's hard to believe it's been 30 years since my dad passed away, but he was such a big factor in horse racing here, and it's really nice to win with a Manitoba bred that can run wide open, and it's just a really good feeling.
Yeah, it's got to be a really nice feeling having this colt win a race like this, having a filly like Escape Clause, who's really probably going to be the favorite any swat she shows up in the next little while. Talk about a little bit about the next couple of weeks, next couple of starts, next couple of months here for the powerful stable you guys have got put together there.
Well, we plan to stay here and run in the Manitoba program. I've got a feeling that Escape Clause is a pretty special animal. I think she can run almost anywhere, but we plan to stay with the Manitoba program. It's been our strength of our stable, and we plan on continuing and supporting the Downs in every way that we can. And these horses, anytime they come up against, they better be ready to run, because we got a really nice bunch of 2-year-olds coming up as well. So
it's always exciting to have the 2-year-olds coming up. It's exciting to have 3-year-olds with tons of talent. Congratulations, Barry. Anything else to add other than we're just happy with another tremendous victory?
I'll just thank you very much, and it's a special day. I think my dad used to drink Wiser's Deluxe. I'm gonna have a double Wiser's on ice. So
there you go. Congratulations, Barry. Paint My Ride, the winner of the 30th running of the Frank Arneson Sire Stakes. Back up to you, Kurt.
Thank you, Rob. In the upcoming 4th race, kicking off 50.